Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today in this mindfulness practice. Hopefully, people will still show up. We're just starting up. So, like the last time, I'm going to do a little bit of a discussion at the beginning. Then we'll do the mindfulness practice, and then we'll do a little discussion at the end as well. It would be helpful if you could let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me well, because right now I'm not sure if it's all working fine. Good. Alrighty. So last time towards the end, um I got a question, and I thought it would be a really good question to start the practice today. I ran out of time last time, that's why I thought I will bring it up today. So the question was, have I noticed any drawbacks of mindfulness? Yes. So in general, I would say that the biggest trap with mindfulness practice or meditation practice, and I think that's what might discourage many people, is that we can get a little bit too comfortable with the practice itself. And that's especially, I think, relatable to people like with a schizoid personality or maybe trauma, basically those people that maybe tend to dissociate a lot. So what happens with mindfulness practice and meditation in general is that after a while you're going to start accommodating to it. So basically you're going to start getting used to the practice itself. So instead of becoming more mindful, you're going to get so comfortable that possibly you can start associating again. Possibly it will become just another habit. So instead of having that quality of alertness and paying attention, it's quite possible that, you will just start sinking more into that void, as I like to call it. So basically, instead of being mindful, you will start melting into that experience of just being, which it's only half of the story when it comes to mindfulness. So instead of being mindful, you're just sinking it. So there's not enough awareness, there's not enough alertness, there's not enough paying attention. It's just being. So I would say that's one of the drawbacks. Another one that I haven't experienced myself, but I did hear from some of my clients, is that the mindfulness start bringing up anxiety. So for people that do suffer from anxiety, I think there is a slight risk that practicing mindfulness or practicing meditation can make things worse, at least on the beginning, at least temporarily, because you're bringing attention to this, different sensations that very often do cause more anxiety or do cause panic attacks even. So I would be careful if you are somewhere on that spectrum and you feel like maybe maybe it's not for you, maybe you're not comfortable enough with the practice. And that's why I think it's important to find a practice that works for you. So once you practice for a while with the practice that is making you more mindful, that is relaxing you, that is helping you to stay present and kind of be more aware and stuff like that, then maybe you can move on to other practices that maybe increase that mindfulness. So instead of maybe sitting meditation or sitting mindfulness practice, what works for many people is walking meditation. So go for a walk and then try to be mindful and present, focus on your breathing and stuff like that. Or maybe doing sports like swimming or jogging, anything that keeps your body in motion. I think that would be a great alternative for those people that do struggle with anxiety, and mindfulness is making that anxiety worse. So that's an option as well. I think many people idealize this mindfulness practice, like you have to sit and, just focus on your breath and be present and, um, you know, distract yourself from everything else and make sure that you're doing it right. But I don't think that's the right approach. I think the right approach is for you to find the way that is making you more relaxed and more present and more aware, regardless how that method works. In this, in this medium right here, I do suggest, you sit down or you stand up. But maybe because that's what I'm doing. But maybe in the future, maybe we can try some movement meditation, where when you move your body, the anxiety will definitely go down for those people that struggle with it. So if you do have any other questions about the mindfulness practice, or challenges or drawbacks, feel free to drop them now, and I'll be happy to answer them after we do the practice. Or you can just let me know after we finish the practice, or at any point. You can just drop your comment down below the video. So for today's mindfulness practice, I chose a subject of centering. So we're going to do something similar like the last time, but the goal is to kind of find that center within yourself. So rather than maybe becoming entirely present and mindful in a classical sense, I like to kind of experiment with a different type of mindfulness. Rather than completely relaxing yourself, I'd like to experiment with kind of finding that balance between a good amount of relaxation and mindfulness, and relaxation and kind of being present. So let me just set everything up and then we can start. Please make sure that you're sitting comfortably, that you're free from distractions, that there's nobody coming into your room, that you feel safe, that maybe your phone is off, that there will not be any random and uncontrollable sounds. We'll start by taking a few breaths. So inhale, and then as you inhale, just inhale deeply up to your belly. And then exhale. Inhale to your belly. And exhale. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to your belly. And exhale. Nice and long exhale. Now try to align as you close your eyes and you keep breathing, let go of your breath. Try to align your shoulders, your hips, and your feet in the same line, so that as you're sitting, everything is in a nice line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just allow yourself to feel from the tip of your head right down to your feet that you're aligned in a straight line. Now relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Each exhalation, you're letting go of the tension. Relax your belly and your hips. Relax your knees. Relax your feet. And take a few more breaths that reach your belly, abdominal breaths, as you're becoming aware of the straight line that runs through the center of your body, from the top of your head to the top of your feet. Feel that you're able to relax because the gravity is supporting you, so you can let go. And if it helps, focus on your feet and how the ground is supporting you. You can feel the weight and kind of sort of like you're melting onto the ground, into your feet. Now bring your awareness to an equal weight on the left side of your body and the right side of your body. So feel how your left feet is just as heavy as your right foot, or your left foot just as heavy as your right foot. Your hips, same thing, left and right, aligned in the same weight. Your shoulders, left and right, relaxed in the same weight. And if you notice that you start thinking, you start getting distracted, that's okay. Every time you realize that you're getting distracted, just bring your attention back to your breathing. Notice the symmetry of your body, the left and the right side. Notice the left side of your face, the right side of your face. Bring your attention to your space surrounding you. Are there any sounds? Are there any smells? What's the temperature like? Every time you notice any thoughts, just say to yourself, that's what I'm thinking about right now. There it is again. There's that feeling again. And then bring your attention back to your breathing. And your breath is nice and slow and steady. We're not rushing anywhere. Notice if you're leaning towards the back or are you leaning forward. Try to find your balance. Straighten your spine, straighten your neck. Take a few deep breaths into your abdomen, relaxing into this moment, and as you're finding your balance in the center. Notice your history and where you're coming from. Are there any thoughts about that? Feelings? Let that go. Notice any thoughts about the future. Are you worried? Are you planning what you're going to do next? What you're going to do tomorrow? Let that go as well. And bring your attention back to your breath as you're noticing how you're almost perfectly centered. When you're not leaning backwards, you're not leaning forward. Your feet are supporting your balance. Equal weight on the left and the right side. And your breath is like an anchor. Every time you get distracted by your thoughts, by feelings, by discomfort, questioning, judging, you just notice that, observe it, and bring your attention back to your breath. Now bring your breath again back to your belly, to your abdomen with each inhale. Inhale, and then exhale right from your belly up through your nose. Again, inhale, and exhale. Nice and deep and long, and exhale. Your abdomen, your belly, right around your belly button, that's where your center is. Now allow your breath to naturally come in and out without you controlling it, without you forcing how fast or how slow it should be. Let it go. I'll do one more round from your head to your toes. Focus on the tip of your head, perfectly on the center. Then relax your face. Notice each inhale going through your nose And each exhale also going through your nose. Now your shoulders perfectly aligned. Left and right side, equal weight. Release any further tension if there's any. And when I said perfectly, I don't mean there's one perfect way. I just say it to kind of help you to find the best you can do. Then relax your pelvis. Notice how you're supported. Left and right side. And relax. And let go. If there's any tension, let it go with each exhalation. And your legs, left and right. Left knee, your right knee. Left ankle, right ankle. Let it go. And notice how the ground is supporting you. Now just focus on your breath and let go. You don't have to control anything, you're just observing. No judgment, no evaluations. You're just this point of awareness. Whatever is coming up for you, you just observe it. You don't have to engage it. If it gets too stressful or there's some anxiety or if you get too uncomfortable, take long breath. Inhale up to your belly and then exhale. And let go of the tension and relax. Notice the movement of your belly. As you inhale, it goes up, and as you exhale, it goes down. That's your center. And if your breath doesn't reach there, it's perfectly fine. Notice your chest if it doesn't go to your belly. As we slowly emerging from this space, this meditation practice, let's try to set some intentions. Are there any moments in your life where you wish you could be more present? If you could slow down a bit more, if you could be more relaxed, pay attention a bit more. What are these moments? What are these situations? Now feel your feet as you touch the ground. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and feel the presence. As you open your eyes, what can you notice? What is it like after this mindfulness practice? Is there something coming up? Is there something that maybe you're curious about, something that needs your attention? Was there something you found challenging? Well, how are you feeling, guys? I'm curious about your experiences if you want to share, or if you have any questions. I felt a little bit scared today. Um, and for me, the biggest challenge was I'm actually a little bit tired, so I started drifting away. So it was the challenge was that's why I picked this centering practice for today, so that I can get a little bit more focused, more energized. But I was struggling a little bit with sleepiness, so I was too comfortable. And I think it's important that none of the practice that you do, whether you do it with me here every Sunday or whether you want to apply it in your life, in day-to-day life, it doesn't have to be, exact or perfect. I know that I use this word multiple times, and I felt a little bit guilty about using it. But I didn't mean it in a way like it has to be in a very specific way, because I think that's another challenge with mindfulness practice or meditation, that um, we might get neurotic with it and kind of try to over control everything and over control your breathing, or punish yourself or kind of criticize yourself if you're too tense, or you're too distracted, or you're thinking too much. So I think it is important to kind of let go of these judgments and expectations that every practice has to be perfect, and it's okay to just show up and do your best. And simply building that habit, even if you're doing it for a couple minutes a day, I think it has tremendous results. Um, there will be challenges and there might be difficulties, there might be discomfort, but maybe it is part of passing through these barriers of um, kind of dissociation or distraction or discomforts, traumas, depending on where you're coming from. And as you're coming through these barriers, it will get easier. Like I heard this analogy, like in video games where there are enemies, it is a good sign. That means you're going in the right direction. And I think that's the case with any kind of mindfulness or meditation practice. As you're encountering different discomforts or resistance, or you start thinking like, oh, this is stupid, like I don't want to do it anymore, it's a complete waste of time. I think it's worth to get curious about it. Doesn't mean you have to overcome it or challenge it. Just get curious about things that maybe get in your way. All right, well, I guess there's no questions today. If you do have any questions, you can leave them in a comment box, and I'll be happy to answer them next time when we'll meet next Sunday, same time for mindfulness practice. Thank you for joining me today.